We were set up to talk about Charla-Palooza. How long did you have to keep it a secret for that the event was happening?
I was going to do an art show, all female art show, and Echo were doing an art show with me. So it was kind of spur of the moment. We did it one a couple years ago now here in Chicago. It went really well. So we're bringing it to LA.
And are there any surprises in store, or it's what you see is what you get?
There's always surprises at art shows, right? You don't know what pieces we're bringing, new stuff. So stuff that's awesome that no one has seen yet. He's more secretive, so.
Yeah, it's still a surprise to me, so we'll see.
Got it. Well, most bands I find have one painter in them. Kiss has two because Gene and Paul have their competing art shows. Charlie, is anyone else in Anthrax a painter?
No, not really. I mean, I've always been the guy in the band that does all the artwork, you know. I love doing that. From day one, I took over that role, and it's just something that, man, I don't know, like when a record is starting to come together, all of a sudden I'll get the idea for the whole concept and the cover and you know, the inside sleeves and stuff like that. So it's always been something that I love to do.
Yeah, if you can take a compliment right now, Charlie, the pandemic video that you put out where you were covering U2 and you were playing all the instruments on it, I think it opened up a lot of people's eyes to go, wow, Charlie's a one-man band. He can do everything. So hearing that you also do the artwork, what's the role of the other people involved? Are they the editor? Are they the last 10% that have to proofread it?
I mean, I show the guys pretty much a lot of the stuff, but sometimes I get into a zone and I sometimes neglect to show them until it's done. And then I'm like, hey, you have to pose like this so that the artist can draw you in that pose. And like, what's this for? I'm like, don't worry about it. It's all in my head, you know?
There you go. Carla, are you the only artist in terms of painting in Butcher Babies?
Heidi is really great with graphics. She does a lot of our stuff, her t-shirts. She loves doing the kind of stuff I don't like to do. So it's perfect pairing. So she's very talented. Henry actually was an artist back in the day too. So we're all very artsy, but I'm the painter.
Yeah, you are part of a multimedia band where the music videos mean a ton because there's a lot going on conceptually. They're always high art produced kind of things. So what percentage, Carla, would you say of the paintings that you do actually get shown? Meaning they don't get scrapped, they don't go into hiding, they actually get exhibited?
You know, I do what I call daily drawings. So I do sketches every day, once or twice a day. Maybe random and no one sees. But sometimes those beginning paintings start as just a sketch that I do with my coffee, and they turn into something, you know, on a grand scale. So eventually, every piece I get seen, but not the original.
Got it. Same question for you, Charlie. What percentage of what you work on actually gets seen?
That's a good question. It may be like 60-40, I would say. 40%, I'll come back to it the next week and I'm like, this is shit. We have a thing where we imitate like a French person with the beret when we look at art and we're like, this is shit.
I'll lean over his shoulder and look at what he's doing and say, this is shit. It's something we started during the pandemic. We're painting a lot together. Good naturedly, of course. I love all of this work, and I hope he likes mine. But we always tease each other. This is shit. Throw it away.
He's gotta have a beret on and the cigarette.
Well, the cigarette goes with the dark matter coffee. Am I right?
Anything goes with dark matter coffee.
So the coffee line is still alive and well, Charlie?
Oh yeah, we were just talking about it today, this morning, talking to Kyle at Dark Matter because we want to do different bags and relaunch the coffee again because it's been almost 10 years, since I started with them. And even before that, I was doing coffee on my own for about 5. And then all these other bands started to copy me.
You're not wrong about that. Now, seeing the Van
I
Halen,
know I'm not wrong. I'm accurate.
well, seeing the Van Halen tattoo, and I've a book coming out on David Lee Roth in early January of 2024. Now, I have to ask this. How much of you launching the coffee was you wanting to just get free coffee so you wouldn't have to pay for it versus going, I'm the Hagar of coffee?
No, it didn't have anything to do with getting it for free or anything like that. It was all about the taste. And for the most part, there's been a lot of times when I go more for the product than for the payment. Because I think that's the most important thing about it. It's like it's got to taste good. If people drink it and they're like, this is shit, and it's like, then I can't go forward with it. I have to enjoy it. And I'll never forget, we sat around the table, me and the dark matter people, and we
Yeah.
just sipped different types of coffee and spit it out and stuff. And anyway, that's a long story.
That's a great story. But speaking of beverages, this art show, Charla-Palooza, is presented by Monster Energy. And Monster kindly gives me a lot of people to interview, and they send me the influencer boxes. As you can tell, I'm an influencer. Those are the vibes that I give off. But Carla, when did your relationship with Monster start?
My relationship, I mean, I've been a fan of Monster for many years. Monster has these great waters that people used to not be able to get at the store.
Tour
You drink
water.
them on tour, and they're so good. I can't explain why is that water so good. Maybe it's the can,
I think
but
it has a lot to do with the can.
obviously, or you guzzle on it. You got to keep your voice all lifted up. But Monster is at so many of the festivals that we've played at, so I've always known that Monster. They're a great company. So much for fans. In the pandemic, they're still supporting fans. Charlie has a longer relationship with Monster.
Yeah, they do. They're so motivated by art and music,
Mhm.
and of course sports. But when we kind of got together with them, I swear they kind of replaced the gap between marketing and paying attention to music again, and not just like what does a band do now. You don't have certain outlets that used to push you as much as you once did. um, there was this great channel called MTV that used to play videos from bands, and
Right.
that was a great marketing tool, and bands would sell millions of records because of this thing. um, uh, but now I feel like things like Monster have, I wouldn't say replaced it, but they've definitely helped to achieve the same type of goal.
Do you have the Monster wristband when you play on?
Of course. Yes.
And do you have
It's
a
my
favorite,
favorite wristband.
do you have a favorite Monster flavor?
I love the iced teas that they make. And of course, I love the tour water. Um, that's going to be pretty big, I feel, this coming summer.
Got it. So this event, hey, Charla-Palooza, it's being presented as a one night only kind of thing in West Hollywood. But is there any chance that we might see a tour from you two that includes all the art?
It would be great to do some cities. I'd love to do New York. We're supposed to do New York, and came back and squashed our New York show. So eventually, it'd be nice to different major cities, New York, our Chicago show, Detroit show, I'm from Detroit. So hopefully, we get to do some more.
Okay, fingers crossed that we see more of that happening. And being very respectful of your time here, I mean, is there something else to promote? Because we're talking about Charla-Palooza, we're talking about the coffee, but did I miss an endorsement? Did I miss an upcoming tour otherwise for Butcher Babies, Pantera, Anthrax, the Damn Things? I mean, you kind of go on and on and on with all that.
I mean, I have I have a lot of stuff coming up. The next thing I'm doing is I'm going into the studio with Anthrax next month to start recording our new record, which won't be out till 24. And then Pantera start May 6th here. We play a festival in Florida, and then Welcome to Rockville is that the 20th, I think? And then we go to Europe for a bunch of festivals, and then we come back here. I believe mid-July starts a lot of the shows here with Metallica and Lamb of God are with us too, which I'm really excited about.
Same question to you, Carla.
This year as well. So we have a meeting next week to talk about the rollout of our album, but it's already done last year, and we're super excited that we released a new song just a few weeks ago called Beef. Full album soon. We have
Got it. Well, last question before I let you go. Every time the wife and I start a TV show, we finish it in 5 days and we go, what should we not watch next? Do you have a TV recommendation to pass along?
Jesus.
Do you want to admit what we're watching?
No. All right. I mean, for years now, people know I've been a closet kind of Bravo fan. You know, I love a lot of those reality shows. So I've been a Vanderpump fan since the beginning of the show. And I like a lot of the stupid housewife shows too. We just binged the Miami
We
one.
we got on the Real Housewives trip where they all go on vacation together, and so we branched off into Real Housewives of Miami. And we watched, I think, 10 episodes last night. I had like, toothpicks holding my eyes open until like 4 a.m. watching that. So we're falling in love with that show now too.
I would love to do a real rock bands of wherever they're from, and then you put them in situations. And then if you've ever noticed on the housewife shows, they will dress them up in like themes, like those type of parties, so that when they get into an argument, they have some goofy shit on and they're yelling with like a Cookie Monster costume or something. And it's like, I think that would be such a great show for bands.
I had the pleasure of interviewing Anna Kinkoses from Miami a couple of weeks ago, and I was blown away by how smart and motivated she was. And it really shows you how the housewives often just play it a little dumb for TV, you know?
Who is it from
Which
Miami?
one?
Chef Anna Q. Kinkoses, she's a chef, former lawyer.
We've only watched this last season, so if she's not on the last season, we don't know her.
Okay, spoiler alert.
But we will go back and
Yeah.
Well, the bottom line is I'm looking forward to the art to come from both of you, the music to come from both of you, and congratulations on just being prolific, interesting people.
Yeah, thank you.
Paltrocast.